Hi everyone, welcome to Java Techie. In today's fast-paced digital world, website performance plays a crucial role in delivering a seamless user experience. Slow loading website can lead to frustrated users and increased bonus rates. So to address this issue, developers often use compression technique to reduce the size of data transport between the server and the client. One such technique is Gzip compression. So in this tutorial, we'll explore how to implement Gzip compression in a Spring Boot application to improve performance and enhance user satisfaction. Okay, alright. So without any further delay, let's get started. So before we continue, I want to emphasize that Gzip compression is widely used in the industry. If you are unsure, just inspect your application's UI in the browser. You will likely see a section called encoding. This video will be short but will greatly help improve your application's performance. Okay, so first let's understand why we even need this compression technique. Then we'll understand how to use it. Now let's consider a use case. You have a client and you have a server. Consider the server as your Spring Boot backend app. Now your client send the request to get list of employee object or to get employee object from the server. Okay. Now consider the endpoint will give one huge response of size 100 MB. Now you will transport this 100 MB over the network to your client. So here we are sending huge data over the network from the server to the client. Now in this way it could increase the network latency and bandwidth of my application. Now let me think in a different way. Let's say my server has the response of 100 MB. Rather than I send 100 MB over the network, what if I can compress it to some less memory, let's say 10 MB. Then I will send that 10 MB over the network to the client. Then once client receive it, he can again decompress or expand it to the actual raw data. Is this possible? Yes, this can possible. Rather than send 100 MB of record over the network, I can compress it to some less memory, and once my client received that, he can decompress it and can use it. So this can be possible if you are using any of the compression technique like Gzip. So like Gzip, there are few more compression technique available in the market like Broadly, Deflate, LZ4, Snappy, which is developed by Google, Jet Standard, which is developed by Facebook. Among all of them, Gzip offers a seamless integration with Spring Boot and is widely used across the industry, which you can consider an excellent choice for Spring Boot developers. Okay, so you can use the Gzip very quickly, or you can plug it into your Spring Boot app to just enable the compression technique within a minute. Okay, that is what the seamless integration offered by Spring Boot. So whatever the theory we just understand, let's see that magic in action. Let's create a Spring Boot project, then we'll generate a large response and we'll send it over the network when we'll access it from the client. Then we'll see without enabling Gzip or without compress the raw data, what is the response time, what is the exact data is getting transferred over the network after enabling the Gzip, or after compressing it, what is the exact time it is taking and what is the exact size of data we are sending over the network. Okay, so basically we are going to compare with Gzip and without Gzip, what is the difference. Okay, so let's go to our IntelliJ idea. So to save our time, already I created a small application. So there is no complex logic. If we'll go and check, I have defined one endpoint who will return employee object list of employee, and if you see here I am just returning hard coded 1 lakh employee object. Okay, so you can see some dynamically I am setting the value, gender, department, skill, okay, employee name, employee ID, and I'm looping it from 1 to 1 lakh. So I want to, my goal here is to generate a large response to differentiate with Gzip and without Gzip. What is the difference of your sending raw data and what is the time the API is taking to execute. Okay, definitely if you send more data, then the API will take more time to give you the response. If you send less data, then it will take less time. That is what the bandwidth and latency, network latency, right? So that is what the simple logic I have here. And I have just one employee object. I just created one employee class with couple of field: ID, name, contact number, address, gender, department and skill. Okay, so now if we'll go and check in my properties file, I don't have any Gzip specific configuration. Now we are going to test our app without Gzip, okay, without enabling the compression technique. Now also if we will validate in the pom.xml, I am using the latest Spring Boot version and there is no dependency, only I added web dependency and Lombok. Also I added this, it's not required, you can remove it, that's fine. Fine, now let me start the application. So it started on port 9090. Now what we can do, we can access this particular endpoint, go to the Postman, or you can also trigger it from your browser. Just http then employees, right? Now I'll send the request. Just observe carefully how much time it took: 1366 millisecond. And what is the size of data we have, I mean your server sent to your client? 18.82 MB. Okay, because creating 1 lakh employee object response of size 18.82 MB and we are sending the complete raw data. Okay, so if I'll click on it, now it don't allow me because the still it's formatting behind the scene. Yeah, now I can access it. Just click on this 18.82 MB. Now if you notice here, total response size is 18.82 MB. Out of that, response header is 164 byte, which is negligible, just ignore it. And your response body is 18.82 MB. That is what the size we are seeing here. Okay, and this we are seeing without enabling any compression technique. So just remember these two numbers: 1366 millisecond, 18.82 MB, which is the size of data. Let me keep a note of it: 1366 millisecond, 18 point, what is that, 82, just check it, yeah, 18.82 size of data. Now just go to your code and enable the Gzip and then we'll see the response. So enabling Gzip or enabling compression technique in Spring Boot app will take max a minute. Okay, so it's very simple. Just go to your properties or YML file, then just add server compression dot enable equal to true, and for which media type you want to enable this compression technique. If you have the response of JSON, HTML, text or any media type, for what exact response type you want to enable this compression technique. So that also you can define server.compression.mime type equal to this. I want to enable the compression technique for this response. If it is a HTML, if it is a XML, if it is a plain text, if it is a JSON, XML, CSS, for all these media type, I want to enable my compression technique. Also, you have the option to restrict the size of your response, the compressed response. You can ask to the Gzip, hey, can you please set the limit? Okay, so you can do something like this: server dot compression mean size or something, mean response size. Okay, you can set it to some limit. So keep my compressed response size within this range, don't go beyond it. You can set that, but this is optional. Okay, let it be. I am not commenting it for now. So this is the three things you need to define to just enable the Gzip compression. So basically the third one is the optional, first two you just need to define. Now let's run our app. Since we enable the compression technique, let's see. Currently we are sending the 18.82 MB data over the network, just 1 lakh employee object, right? And it took this much time. Now let's see, let's start the app and we'll compare the response and time. So it started on port, correct. Now just go to the postman and just send the request. Okay, now see the result here. What is the time it took? 1059 millisecond. And what is the data size? You can see here 1.75 MB. Okay, now we are not sending 18 point, what is the number we have defined, 18.82 MB. earlier we are sending directly, right? Now we compressed it and we send how much? 1.75 MB only, and it took something 1000 millisecond near to that, right? What is that number? 1059. So 1059 millisecond. So it took less time. Also we are sending very less amount of data over the network. Instead of sending to build 1 lakh employee object 18.82 MB, rather we compressed 1 lakh employee object to 1.75 MB. Now my client, whether it is Postman or it is a Chrome or Mozilla, any client, they are smart enough to decompress the size or decompress the data. Okay, so that kind of what I can say, that is the inbuilt feature to the client, whether it is any type of browser. Okay, so they can happily decompress the data. You can see the difference, right? Now if you will go to the Postman, the main thing which I want to show you, see here, can you see here, uncompressed 18.82 MB. So what is the size of data we sent? 1.75 MB response. Then this, consider this Postman is client for me now. Now my client, out of this 1.75 MB, he uncompressed the record to 18.82 MB, which is the actual size we have to send over the network, but we compressed it and we send 1.75 MB, and after uncompressed by my client, the size is this. Hope this makes sense. Now let's validate same thing in the browser. So let me copy this URL. Now we enable the Gzip or compression technique. I just want to show you how you can validate whether your application enabled compression technique or not. Just go here and okay, before that first let me inspect it. Just go to the network tab, preserve the logs. I will just hit this particular endpoint. You will see this, just click on this. What is the header? /employees. Now if you see here, content encoding, can you see here? Content encoding Gzip for media type application /JSON. So whatever the real-time application you are working, just check this particular field. Content encoding must be Gzip or any other compression technique if you are using. But if it is there, then definitely well and good, it will give you the better performance. Because the size of data will be less and it will take less time. You can get the better network latency and bandwidth. Now if you see here, response, what is this? Timing. Okay, we no need to care about it. So if you see the actual one, I have cleared it, but you could see here only the time and all. Okay, that's fine. I just want to show you the content encoding after enable the compression technique, how it is showing and what all it will accept. lot of things are there, okay, but just focus on these things. So I hope this concept will be helpful for you. Just give a try to implement in your project and just see the difference, okay. Also let me know in a comment section if you have any doubts. That's all about this particular video, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Meet you soon with a new concept.